5 minutes ago since you were last here, doesn't it?
It's only 10 months.
10 months. And here we are again.
Yay.
Yay! Good God, do we need this? We've earned it, deserved it, and every single other needing of it. You've got a lot to learn. But you got me as a tour guide, so it's only going to be the good stuff. We're going to Israel. Fuck yes! Hey, kid. You excited?
Excited.
You're so excited.
Yeah.
You're so excited.
I'm going to holiday.
Going to holiday. Alright, let's do this. 40 minute delay. Welcome to Israel.
We're here.
40 odd minute delays on the end of the world though. Just walking up to the immigration and be able to be allowed into the country after I'm sure what will be extensive questions. Okay, so a lot has happened. So we are now in the heart of Tel Aviv, just going to a random restaurant, ordered shawarma. The hotel is very nice. It's very religious themed. Just hope it's a lot cooler by the time we get back. Right now we are sweating out.
And it's like 11:30 in the evening.
And Israel is 2 hours in front of the UK, so it's not affecting us.
No.
It's very busy right now. You'd think a lot of people would be getting ready for bed and stuff, but alas they're not. Right now I say we've ordered food. That is Louis about to have shawarma for the very first time. Well, what do you think of Israeli chips?
I'm so happy to eat.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm starving.
Went through passport control pretty quickly, got our luggage not too long afterwards. Being taken from the airport to the hotel was about half an hour, and my food's about to go. Come here now and let's see what happens. Shawarma, sababa.
That was good.
Hit the spot for what we really needed, the first bit of food we had since eating on the plane. We're just walking back to the hotel now. It's time to go to bed. Just a little glimpse of what Tel Aviv has to offer, but we'll see more tomorrow morning when we go to the beach.
To the beach!
Laila Tov! Breakfast with a view. If only these 3 buildings just weren't in the way, it would be a whole lot nicer. But you can't argue with the fact that there's a beach in the Mediterranean Sea just there. Having breakfast on top of like the rooftop area, an incredible view of Tel Aviv all around us. Things, because it's Shabbos, it's kind of throwing things a little bit up in the air, so what we have to do first of all, because the country pretty much shuts down on Friday around 2 o'clock time, is we've got to find ourselves a supermarket to get some food in and stick it in the fridge so that we can tide ourselves over, because apparently when it's Shabbos there are some places that are open but they just like shoot up the prices to capitalise on things. So we're going to get some food in. Then we go have a walk around Tel Aviv. I want to show Louise Independence Hall and Ribbon Square, because I think it's important if you're going to come over here to learn about a bit of the history of the country. And then afterwards we'll go for a lie down on the beach and we'll take it from there. Look how pretty it is. It's so pretty. And then there's you. You're pretty.
Thanks.
But it's so pretty, the beach. We'll come to it later. First things first, we're going to walk to Ribbon Square and I'll explain the significance to Louise on the way there and get some more education in us. So here we are at the memorial monument for Yitzhak Rabin. As you can see here, the rocks are pretty disjointed and all over the place to symbolise the social earthquake that happened as a result of his assassination, and how to this day it's never been fixed. All being well, it will be fixed sometime in the near future. And another monument memorial over there too. So now we're done here, we are going up to
Independence Hall?
Independence Hall. Let's roll.
Okay.
Felt like an eternity to get from Ribbon Square to here. I'd say it was probably about 40 minutes, 45 at push, maybe an hour, but we've just made it to Independence Hall and I think it's open, thankfully. Well, that
was very
That
interesting.
was fascinating.
You actually think that was
Yeah, I
fascinating?
really do.
Oh, proud of
She
you.
was really good as well.
Oh yeah, she was pretty good. I wish I could have recorded it, but I just
Probably
didn't
wasn't
want to.
appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like it's too appropriate to just shove a camera in
Yeah,
someone's
no,
face.
She
But
was very good. It
It
made
was
a lot
very-
of sense.
yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. Obviously, I'm Jewish. Louise isn't, and so it's sometimes a little bit difficult to put forward my kind of side of things. But she did really well. The guy, she wasn't taking sides or anything like that.
No.
She even pointed out how there's problems and
She was very
hopefully things will be fixed in time. But I really like that. Yeah, I really like that.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Now we're on our way to Carmel Market and hopefully
Good.
yes, get some food. I don't know what I fancy, but I know it's going to be good for some whatever we have there. Let's get cracking.
I'm not much of a food type of person, like who likes to document what he eats, but this is delicious. Is yours delicious?
I'm so happy.
So happy. So mine is kebab with a little bit of hummus and tahini, I think he put in, and then he like put this thing in it. It's like a red substance thing. It's like, I don't know what it is, but he said, "Do you want a little bit of spice?" And I'm like, "Yes, but just a little," because I know like people over here are gonna be like, they'll have the taste buds to be able to
More accustomed.
yeah, more accustomed to spice. So thank God I said a little, because my tongue is on fire right now.
And you always think you can handle more spice than you can anyway.
Yeah, I know. As for yourself, that's a pita with chicken breast.
Chicken, hummus, hummus.
Hummus, you got to do that first.
And I think a red cabbage.
Yeah, red cabbage. You tried to put the spice in there, but
It's good.
you can't handle spice the best time, but I don't think you can even handle this.
No.
Oh, this market is not quite this is not quite the Berry Market. This is not Manchester Arndale Market. This is a unique experience. Maybe as Shabbos comes in a little bit more, it'll start to die down a bit, and I can try and get a bit more video in.
We've seen a lot of dogs today as well.
There's so many good dogs, and I think
It's been a good day.
I
There's
think
one.
just close down. Oh man, it's a real eye opener this, and I'm looking forward to Shabbos and seeing what an Israeli Shabbos is like. Oh, so glad to be here. Standard, absolute standard, and I'm not afraid whatsoever.
So after chilling for an hour, which we needed,
We did 15,000 steps this morning.
yeah, over 7 miles, which is a very healthy amount of walking.
I think so.
But now it's time to do what we've been looking forward to most of all for the day. Just go to the beach, chill out.
You're going to go
But-
play in the sea.
Couple of hours before Shabbos comes in and the beach closes and everything pretty much closes, and then we'll take it from there. But right now it's finally time to relax. It's been a long time since I've been to a beach, and I think it's been the same for you as well.
Yeah.
So we deserve this, very
Very
much
much.
so.
How nice.
Alright.
Go on, further out.
It's gonna be great. I don't usually like the sea.
I love the sea. I want a massive one to come right over your head.
What?
A massive one right over your head. And here we find Max in not his usual habitat.
Look at him, Jack! In the sea! He's jumping every time! Oh my god, this is so amazing! Yeah, it turns out that Tel Aviv does close completely down on Shabbos Friday night. So we went to a place which we were led to believe, based on online things, is that it was meant to be open. Yes, led to believe me, because I'm the one who's kind of in charge of the itinerary, that it was meant to be open. We got to it and it's closed. So right now we're just walking on Rothschild Boulevard. All being well, we'll come across a place that's going to be open. We're getting to that point where someone is going to get hangry. All being well, we'll find a place soon. We've eaten, we've found a burger place. I mean, I was trying to hold out for something like local. If you have to have a burger, you're gonna have a burger before this one gets hangry. I had an ice cream, had a bit of a walk around Rothschild and Boulevard, and just seen more of the stuff that Tel Aviv has to offer. Just going back to the hotel now, but we'll call it a day. So thank you and good night. Israelis have their food down to a T if you're talking about lunch and dinner time. Breakfast, however, they need to catch up with the rest of society. British people will go for the like of bacon, sausage, egg, cereal, like hearty cereal, even at that. Israelis over here prefer to go for stuff like mackerel and red cabbage and hummus, and it just doesn't really appeal to me for breakfast. Yeah, they got a lot of learning to do, despite the fact that this is a pretty westernized country. So this morning we're gonna head to the beach, chill for a couple of hours, come back. Most places are going to be closed because of Shabbos, and then I'm going to a bar called Mike's Place later on to watch City versus Wolves, because I just can't escape the football. Just can't. It's not in me. Let's go at it then. High five for today. Like an idiot, Louise forgot to bring the water bottle, so guess who's got the short straw to bring them to the beach? Got the water now, and now I can hold this against Louise for the rest of the holiday. Yay! Hey kitty! Hiya. I'm holding onto my phone for dear life in the protective case that it's in right now, because I still can't put my trust in it. I'm not much of a seawater kind of guy, so who knows how far in I'll go. You enjoying yourself? Oh, you're so cute. Israelis love this sport, if you want to call it that. The beach is done for the day. Now it's time to get ourselves a bite to eat and then watch the mighty Manchester City thrash Wolves. And they did. You can't see the eye roll. Nah. Yeah. Come on, you Blues. Come on, City. Well, it was a 1-1 draw, but at least it wasn't a loss. So now it's about going back to the hotel room now, chill for a bit before Shabbos goes out, and then we're going to be going up to the old port of Jaffa. Just a fun fact about this hotel opposite where we're staying now. When I came on Birthright 5 years ago, that was the hotel I was staying at on my very first night, which I think is a pretty amazing coincidence, isn't it? Isn't it? There it is. Shabbos is coming to an end, like in the next 15-20 minutes I think, so it's actually pretty busy out here right now. We're walking up to the old port of Jaffa to hopefully get some Dr. Shakshuka. It's a place that of course sells shakshuka, and it's seen quite a lot of it on YouTube. A lot of people are saying like this is one of the go-to places in all of Israel, so hopefully it's going to be really good. What do you think of everything so far in, let's say, the first 48 hours? You know what daytime is like in Tel Aviv, and you can kind of get a grasp of what nighttime in Tel Aviv is like. Yeah. What do you think of everything so far?
I like it. I don't think it's any different to any other kind of city I've been to, really. Although it's really fucking hot. A lot of fun yesterday. I learned things.
You've learned things. That's nice. That's good to hear.
I've had good food.
Are you surprised, like, there's a bit of a mixture? I mean, I think I told you beforehand there was going to be a bit of a mixture, but even I'm taken aback a bit by how much...
I don't think I'm shocked by the mixture. But I mean, I guess we're kind of used to the mixture anyway.
You seem to be. Maybe it's because I'm a bit more into the politics of the
Yeah.
Middle East. But I am very much surprised about. It's a much greater mixture between
I mean,
Jews
probably 'cause of,
and
like,
other ethnicities,
being in
Arabs,
Tel
other
Aviv, though,
people.
probably when we go to Jerusalem tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be completely
It's gonna
different.
be like we're in a different country entirely.
Oh, definitely. No, I'm just very much surprised by how much greater the diversity is of Israel than I remember it to be 5 years ago, which is
that's
great.
good.
My mouth is on fire. I just had this lamb shawarma, and now I'm like, yeah, just put like the lot in.
I can't believe you didn't learn from yesterday's as well.
I don't care. I'd love to think I can handle spice, but I really can't. Whilst at the same time, I don't care. Right now, we're about to get into the heart of the old city of Jaffa. I've been here before, obviously, when I came on Birthright, but the historical significance of everything I don't remember too well, but it'll still be nice to see some, what is no doubt, historical, cultural buildings and stuff.
This is the hill though.
Yeah, this is quite a hill we're walking on right now. All being well, we will survive this cardio.
I love how we've done very little all day.
And yet exhausted. I think you can see the sweat just shining up my bald forehead right there. Yeah, because of the fact that it's been Shabbos, there hasn't really been that much to do today. We will be going back to the old city later on in the week because I want to try Abu Hassan hummus because it's supposed to be the best in the whole country. So let's make our way back to Tel Aviv and we will say goodnight now.
Good night!
Later, Top! Good morning. It's time to go to Jerusalem. Yay! It's the thing I've been looking forward to most of all, but right now we have to walk to the Tel Aviv Central bus station. It's supposed to take about 45 minutes to an hour to get there, and so we've been walking about 15 minutes so far. Hopefully it won't take too long, we'll get the bus and then get to see the old city not too long from now. After walking for what felt like an eternity, we've made it to the bus station. Currently walking through the market that's on the ground floor. It only just reminds me of what the old Manchester Arndale market was like.
We got here!
Eventually!
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was an alright one. We were stood up, like split the bus journey from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Like Louise sat down for a bit, I then sat down for a bit. It had Wi-Fi on there, which is good.
And it was cheap. Yeah,
very cheap.
What did I say? It was like
£5.
£4.
Yeah, £3-4
£1 for the Met line.
Yeah, a lot of people who I know said like we're going to Israel for the summer, and they're like, oh my god, it's so expensive. It's been very cheap to get around, and it depends on the way you eat, of course. We found the food to be very cheap as well too, and wholesome, which is the very good part. You're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to the walls of the old city of Jerusalem, getting to see some pretty holy sites, and I'll do a bit of education for Louise as well, so she understands things a little bit more as well. So this is one of the gates to the old city. This one here is Damascus Gate, one of the more famous ones. As soon as we go inside it, we're going to be in one of the oldest parts of the world, pretty much. We're going to spend all day, as much as we can, here, just exploring and seeing what the old city is like. Having got the religious duties out of the way now, it's time to do the best part, which is go walking around the market and get some food, and then after that we'll look to go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Holy Sepulchre, depends on who you ask what it's called, but it's the church where Jesus buried and all that good stuff. What would be a Sunday without smoked salmon and cream cheese bagel, eh?
Read recharged.
We definitely needed a recharge then. You don't realise how much of a recharge you need until after you've eaten, and then it's like, there you go. Walked through the Muslim quarter before, you know, you felt completely safe, nothing wrong with that. But, you know, there's a lot of people who say, oh, there's money to be made in war and stuff. And you know what? I didn't believe that at first. Now I really do, because when you're walking through the Muslim quarter, obviously a lot of the people who are walking through, like on their little market stalls, they're all Palestinians, and yeah, they're selling their Palestinian merchandise, but they're also selling merchandise that's also got like Israel flags all over it. So yeah, there is money to be made in war, and the Palestinians have their way of making it, so good luck to them. There was one little point where we were walking through the narrow streets of the Muslim quarter where there was a child with what I can only hope was a toy gun. That was probably the freakiest part of all the holiday so far. So right now I'm just going to walk through the Jewish quarter, see what there is as we make our way to the Christian quarter. I don't know where we are right now. Oh, there's a sign that helps. Yeah, but I kind of want to walk around this a little bit more. So we're walking, we thought we were in the Jewish quarter. I don't know where we are exactly right now, but we're just walking through like some kind of market. I'm absolutely immersed in this, and I've been trying to find myself like I've seen it quite a lot where they sell Manchester City shirts, where, not City shirts, but like sports shirts, where they've got the Hebrew text for the name of it, and I've been looking to get a City one, but never got it anywhere. Just stepped into a stall, and I was like, have you got a City one? And they're like, we can make one, and they make it, and it was just a really cool experience. And
Like less than 10 minutes?
yeah, less than 10 minutes to get it made. It was only 50 shekels, and then the guy is just like, good luck for the year, and he's just like, so who do you support? And there's just like this awkward silence, and I just go, United, and he's like, yeah. And even then you just can't hold it against him. It's just like a really friendly environment around here. I don't care too much about like making our way over to the church just yet, because this is so cool. It's just like really, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really unique experience, and I want to keep a hold of this as much as I can.
Yep.
So let's keep on doing it. So after walking around the Jerusalem market, I think, stress the word think, we've come to the church of the Holy Sepulchre. I think that's how you say it. Probably isn't. I could have stayed in that market forever. It was just, you just didn't know where you were, nor did you really care. There was so much stuff to see, smell and do. Yeah, I could definitely stay here. So we're going to make our way into the church in a moment, I reckon, as long as there's no queue, and see all there is to see in there. Having just left the church now, I'm just going to say for anyone who's might be watching this, and there may be only a few of you, if you come to the church, I'd suggest reading up beforehand about where things are in there and knowing what's what, because when you get in there, there's no signs to say that this is the line for this and that and the other, which I think if you're like us and tourists, I guess you could say, for something like this, is kind of disappointing. So make sure you read up on it beforehand, just so you know what it is you're going to. Little tip, there's not many good toilets in the old city, as you'd probably expect.
Yeah.
So if you need to go at any point, head to the one that's at the Western Wall.
They're not amazing, but they're better than
I don't want this. Look, I don't want to have this conversation, but it wasn't that bad for me. Right now we're heading back to Damascus Gate, so we can get the light rail back to the bus station, and then back to.
Quite a while, haven't we?
Yeah. You get lost in your surroundings, so you lose track of time.
It's a really good day though.
It's been really good. You never know, maybe we can come back and do it again one of the blank days that we have where we've got nothing planned, but we'll see. Let's get back to the light rail and then back to Tel Aviv. Resting is good.
So good.
It's so good. It should be done more often. I feel a massive blister coming up my foot, and with the Dead Sea coming in a few days' time, that better not pop. Right now we just have to get ourselves some falafel. I've never had it before, Louise has never had it before, but if you're going to have it, you might as well have it in Israel. So let's go get some falafel.
Nap time volleyball. Go team. I have no idea what's going on here. It's time for us to make our journey to Haifa, and Louise has got us last on the way to the bus stop.
No, she hasn't!
Yes, she has! Just kidding. We're going to Haifa today. Now, this may seem unusual because we are going all the way to Haifa, which is what, an hour and a half on the train, did it say? Yeah, so it's an hour and a half, and all we know we're definitely going to see is the Baha'i Gardens. After that, we haven't really got much of a clue. So, for all we know, we're going up to Haifa just to go to the Baha'i Gardens and come right back and then sit on the beach. But it's our holiday, we can do what we want and screw what the haters say.
Shalom Haifa. We are on our ways to get the subway system that they have here to take you up the hillside to Baha'i Gardens. It's going to be a very, very, very pretty visual masterpiece on show. Then we've given some recommendations to go walking around the German colony and a marketplace where apparently there's the best place in all of Israel to get a sandwich called
sandwich?
Yeah, Baruch sandwich. Look, I'll take it. If it involves food, I'll take it.
Yep.
Whilst we were on the train, we managed to catch Wi-Fi for like a split second where a friend from camp, he was like, "You're coming to Haifa? Why did you not tell me this?" Like, dude, you should have known that we was in Israel. You could have messaged me then. All being well, we'll be seeing my friend Avihu later on. Breaking news, fuck Haifa. Oh, God almighty. So what happened when we got out of the train station, you didn't know, you thought it was going to be really simple, get the subway, takes us up to the Baha'i Gardens. The subway system has been closed since when?
February last year.
February last year due to a fire. So and Haifa is a very hilly city. So we've had to hike up so many hills, try to find somewhere that can offer us Wi-Fi and get something to eat at the same time. We didn't go to that sandwich place that's supposed to be the best place in all of Israel. No, we went to
McDonald's.
So now we found a bus route that's going to take us to the Baha'i Gardens, and then after that, who knows, but who cares anymore. So we're going to catch the bus now. That will take us up to the Baha'i Gardens. We'll have a walk around there. Then we go back to the train station that we arrived at before. My friend Avi, who is going to take us out for a lovely meal tonight, and I can't wait to see him because it's been far too long. Yay!
We have done so much walking and sweated out of places we thought we could never sweat, but finally we've made it to the Baha'i Gardens.
Done with the Baha'i Gardens and fucking done with Haifa. We're making our way back to the bus, which will take us all the way down to the bottom of the hill that we're on right now, and then I'm going to get in touch with Avihu. But be wary, do your research. Don't be like us, do your research before you come to Haifa, because you could end up walking a lot of miles up a lot of hills and you will feel it. Do you mind?
It's been a day.
It's been a day. After everything's gone pear-shaped, it actually ended on a pretty good note by seeing Avihu. Do you mind?
Excuse you.
We're just getting back into the room now, can't wait to shower. Peace out. As we wait for the 104 or 204 bus to come, we are on our way to Jerusalem and then on to the Dead Sea. Only one of us is looking forward to this. Can you tell which one? It's definitely Louise. I haven't done the Dead Sea before. It's not the most pleasant experience if you ever have a cut on you and you just enter such a paranoid state that you wonder if you'll actually enjoy yourself. This morning my friend Orr from camp came to the hotel to see me for about half an hour, which is pleasant. as it always is when it's to get to see friends you haven't seen for a long time. And we also, before we go to the Dead Sea, we gotta go to the Mechan Yehuda market, as that's where we are getting picked up from for our excursion today, so I'm looking forward to walking around there again. First things first, there's two things about Israelis. They don't know how to queue and they don't know how to use ticket machines. That's the right thing to say?
Yeah, I think so.
We just got to the Mechan Yehuda market. Just gonna have a walk around before we have to go to the hostel and make our way to the Dead Sea. Gotta get some food because I'm hungry, and I need to get myself a Manchester City YAML key for me and my dad. Anything for you?
Just something for my mummy.
Ah, you're so sweet and kind. Right, let's go do some shopping then. The market's not how I remember it to be. More of a food market than an actual market. Okay, well, here we are at the Dead Sea. I'm really not looking forward to this. Hey, babe.
Hi! I'm excited.
Well, at least one of us is. Okay, we're all muddied up. There's the pure salt, but Louise is going to bite the bullet first of all. She's going to go first. Any stinging sensations so far?
Nothing yet, which is good because I've got a blister. It's very warm.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. Slowly. Yeah.
I don't think I'm far. Oh!
Oh, now you are?
I'm not far enough back.
Just relax. Just let go. Let go. There she goes.
This is so weird.
I bet it is.
It's nice and warm though.
Okay.
Can you come in?
We'll see. Yeah, it's very warm.
It's very warm. Go on, do this. There he is.
Oh, this is so weird. Less pain this time around.
Good, I'm glad. You like it?
I like it.
Okay, I'll come play with you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Pure rock of salt right there.
That is mad.
And this is going to make someone beautiful one day.
Me, hopefully.
Alright, this is the part where I struggle in maintaining a video and also floating in the Dead Sea. Whoopsie doodle. Okay, I think I'm doing it. Yes, I'm definitely doing it now. Wait. Where are you? I can't see you.
Right behind you.
You're right behind me. Okay, I'm gonna spin around a little bit so I can see you. There she is. So cute. So pretty.
It's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
And the horrible thing is, I can feel my eye getting itchy and there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, I'm gonna come in to you now.
Okay.
Oh, the surrounding area is beautiful. Could have brought like a magazine or a book to read. My whole body feels like a baby's ass.
That's so soft. I love it.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I think you'll feel a little bit more afterwards, like when you've showered and you know what your natural body, because this is not a natural body, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it's so soft. It's amazing.
It's not as bad as I was making it out to be. Like maybe just because I'm lucky this time and I've kind of covered up all my cuts and stuff like that. But
I love it. This is my favourite thing so far.
Yeah, this has been very, very nice. Still got what, half an hour or so?
Yeah, we're gonna go back in.
Yeah, just naturally dry. Put the mud pack back on, get back in, because this is not the kind of place you need to be out for a long time. You can be here for such a short time and then you'll feel the benefits very, very quickly. That was pretty good.
That was epic.
That was.
I feel so chill.
Yeah, it was. I think 2 hours is all you need here. Pretty good time. Very curious as to why, you know, this is such an Israeli. There's Israel flags all over the place. Considering we are in the West Bank, I didn't know that we were going to be coming to the West Bank before this trip was booked, but we are here in the West Bank, Palestinian territory, and there is Israel flags all over the place. What surprises me most of all is that there are people like you say they are Palestinians who yet still come to here. So it makes me wonder when people say like we boycott Israel because we want to protect the Palestinians, and yet the Palestinians are still coming to Israeli businesses essentially. So have a think about that, people. Just back in Jerusalem now, wait for the light rail to take us back to the central bus station back to Tel Aviv, then another
bus, and then we shower.
And then we eat. I've got a massive headache. Don't forget to drink your water, wear your hats, and you don't feel like me right now. All showered, glowy after getting back from the Dead Sea, and now it's time to get on the piss. Now we're just going for shawarma.
Spinning all that way better than anything you get in Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. And I'm eating right now.
Oh, shawarma. It's so good. It doesn't look like much, but it fills you really, really heavily.
Needed that.
Yeah, we really did. I know we were all like dressed up very smartly tonight, but we're going. Well, for me, yes. We're going to bed now. Good night, Lila Tav. All right. First time on the holiday where it's just like chill, and I know that sounds weird to say when you're on a holiday, but
The last few days have been very busy and very long.
lots of stuff has been done, so it's about right that now's the time, nearly a weekend, where you gotta just chill. So it's nearly 1 o'clock and we've only just left the hotel. We are walking up to Jaffa to try and get some hummus from Abu Hassan, which is supposed to be the best in all of Israel, so hopefully it will do the job for us.
You can see it just behind the tree there. We have made it to Abu Hassan. Felt like an eternity of a walk sometimes, but we made it here.
Very busy.
Oh, is it cute? There seems to be a bit of a queue outside it, but we are getting hummus. We're not coming this far and not to get some. So let's get some hummus. That hummus. That hummus. You want to try this?
Okay.
So remember, you got to take a big. You got to take a big.
Yeah, but I've never had hummus before. It's empty and everything, so I don't know if it's.
Well, remember, this is supposed to be the best.
Okay.
Yep. Dig in. Got to mix it all. You got to mix it more than that.
That's fine.
Don't go completely round.
No, it's fine.
So.
Very good. You ready?
What you got to do is take a big.
Okay, go on then.
If I can get any on here, I'm trying. All you see is a man who's trying his best.
Good? Should we dig in then?
So after all the trek, we're eating at Abu Hassan. Now, it was my suggestion for us to come here because I've never had hummus before, and apparently, as I say, this is supposed to be the best
Everywhere
place.
online says it.
Everywhere online says it's the best, so we'll come to it. It was very nice, but only on the short-term thing. I don't think hummus is a main meal.
No, it's weird having a big full plate of it because then back home you just have it as like a dip in.
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
So
But it was very good. I mean,
so-
I've nothing to compare it to because I don't really eat hummus. So is it the best? I don't know. But let's see.
it'll be
it
the
is.
best I'll eat today.
Yeah.
I'm good for a 1-for-1. I'm not gonna seek out hummus in the future, but I'm glad I can say I've been to it.
But also, it was very cheap.
very cheap. Yeah, what do you say? 10 quid?
Yeah, it was like 10 quid. It was 56 shekels.
Yeah. So it was only 2 bowls.
And the service is very fast.
Very fast. They
It's
just
immediate.
they cram you in there.
And you do have to queue to get in.
Yeah. And apparently on Fridays it queues out the door and up the street. So bear that in mind if you do go. Right now we are going to go explore the port of Jaffa now that it's daytime and just see what there is about it. Let's go explore old Jaffa.
You're an old Jaffa.
You're an old Jaffa. Yeah, so it turns out when we walked to Jaffa and back that we walked 4 miles on what was supposed to be our chill day. So it's past 4 o'clock now, isn't it?
I think it's been up to it.
It's time to go to the beach and relax and chill as was intended. Well, it's 9 o'clock and here we are back in the room because we're early birds.
This is like the earliest we've been in each night, probably.
Yeah, we just went out to get some food near Carmel Market. I had falafel, you had a chicken schnitzel. That's right, I'm a good boyfriend for remembering this kind of stuff. So just have a word about what Israel is like in general, not about like war and stuff like that, or even as what the people are like personality-wise, because you'll get like prickly people no matter where you go, and yes, there are prickly Israelis, who'd have thought that? But more like, well, Israelis, they love their electric scooters.
Everyone has one.
Everyone has them. If you don't leave from a traffic light like immediately, you get the horn.
Shit drivers.
Oh, very shit drivers.
We've seen like 3 crashes while I've been here.
Oh, four.
Four
Yeah,
was on last night.
Yeah, it was a massive crash last night on the way back from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv. Lots of stray cats everywhere. So
You get that really anywhere you go, to be honest.
it's not as bad as
In
anywhere
Europe.
I've never seen it as bad as it is here. Seen a couple of stray dogs as well, which is very sad.
Lots of dogs though. Everyone's got a dog.
Everyone's got a dog.
Everyone's got a dog
but
in Tel
still-
Aviv.
Yeah, but still there are a couple of stray dogs, which always makes me sad. I think there's quite a big issue when it comes to poverty. I feel like in Tel Aviv especially, there's a lot of gentrification going on in terms of that. On the seafront, there's a lot of new apartments being built, which look incredible, I'm sure, when they're done and you get to look into the Mediterranean Sea. But once you take a step back, it's very dirty, I think, and a lot of rough around the edges looking places. It's nice, the country as a whole, and you don't feel unsafe or anything like that, but I feel like there is a hidden issue that's not necessarily addressed government-wise.
They're good at recycling.
Very good at recycling, yeah.
There's these big cages to put plastic bottles in everywhere, and the beach is very tidy.
Very, very tidy.
Very clean. We saw rats yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw rats yesterday. That was absolutely disgusting. And the horrible thing is that they'd taken over what looks like a dog park. I think it was a dog park.
Play area.
That was really close to the
There was
central
about
bus
6.
station. Yeah,
About
it was
6.
horrible. And meanwhile, we're freaking out, thinking like, "Oh, rats!" And then there's an Israeli woman who stood right next to us. She just
just
looks at us because she's been in the army and been in probably shitty situations herself, and she's like, "Rats." Bring more than £300 worth.
If you're staying for longer than a week.
Yeah, we thought we could get away with
out of money, and we've
£300.
got about 4 full days left.
Yeah, trying to be more conservative about if how you spend your money. But we're not eating at like at restaurants. It's just about just bring more than we did.
we fill water bottles up instead of buying new ones every day.
Yeah, always a good
helps.
idea, because if you're staying in a hotel, you'll get a fridge, and it's got to keep you
When
nice
you're
and
on tea
refreshed.
bags.
Yeah.
The ones that are here are shit. They say English breakfast, they're not.
Yeah, and just be careful of breakfast, because if you're expecting like a big fry up or just something wholesome, be prepared for hummus and potatoes and
Fish with heads.
fish with heads and just
There was
things.
pasta today.
Oh yeah, there was pasta.
Pasta and boiled potatoes.
It's just not what it's just I love having breakfast back home, but now here it's just like okay, I've got to have something, otherwise I'll make myself ill by not eating and then going out into the sun. I don't look forward to breakfast like I would do at home. Let's go to bed right now. So Lala Tov, tomorrow we're going to an animal shelter. Yay! We're off to go and see the Tel Aviv.
It's probably about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning was spent actually doing nothing, as was always meant to be the intention just yesterday, and here we are actually walking to the home now. Okay, now that we can have a little bit of peace and quiet, we're just coming up to where the rescue shelter is in Tel Aviv, more near towards Jaffa, the SPCA. I am a volunteer at Manchester Dogs Home, so obviously the welfare of dogs means a lot to me, and hopefully when we go in, obviously I've sent emails for the past few weeks saying we'd love to come, and they said come down today. I can't wait to play with all the dogs. Can you?
No.
Oh, they're such good Kelevs! Look at the doggos! Oh, girls, it's just another dog. So, this one here, the black one. Come on, let's take you over here. Let's get you away from the other one. Don't want to stress you out. Okay, so the black one is Lolita. Which one's this one? Rena. Oh, they're all so good. What have you got there? Oh, you want to have your fur cleaned out? Whoa. Alright, now we've got Kelly and Lucinda. I don't know which one's which, but they're both adorable. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, stop.
Oh, but you're playing with the sheep.
I could actually spend forever here.
Huh?
I could spend forever here. Hello, cutie. Oh, don't cause them bamboozling mischief. Oh, such good dogs. Look at them. So cute. Oh dear. We walked the Kelevs, or at least we took them out into the yard that they get to play in. It's a little bit different to how the Manchester Dogs Home works, and to each their own really, but at least we get to play and walk some dogs, which is all that matters. We're going to go back to the hotel now. I don't really know what the plan is tonight, but I know we at least want to sit on the beach and watch the sunset, because we're hopeless romantics. That was fucking funny. Little kids just nipping into the buskers like drum thing to take out the money. Love that so much. I love how, again, it's meant to be a chill day today and we've done 7.5 miles of walking. So something's not going right with this idea of chill. Just had a little nice walk out on the seafront, ate some food, and now we're just walking back to the hotel. Tomorrow morning the plan is that my friend from camp, Etty, is going to come to the beach with us, and in the afternoon, early evening, one of my mum's friends lived out in the in the country for a long time, and she's actually an animal acupuncturist. So we're meant to be watching a couple of horses get acupuncture, which is going to be a bit of a unique experience. So let's go to bed, and we'll look forward to tomorrow. Laila Tov. Okay, so this little horse, well maybe not so little horse, is called Summer, and she is about to get some acupuncture, which is a pretty unique thing to witness. Just look how good she is. And you too.
This is my assistant. Yeah. Who's got the bigger nose? She assists me.
Sorry, what's this one's name?
This is Oliver.
Oliver.
This horse, when he came to me, he had a hole in his how do you say in English? Tendon.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Which and every time the girl used to ride her, her foot would swell up all the time, and she was constantly lame, and so since about 3 weeks after I started treating her, she's been fine. But I do maintenance every so often.
Yeah.
But I haven't treated it for a while, and I can see that. So I will be doing that, and also be doing. I do mostly for the sports horses. Basically, I do mostly maintenance. I do a lot of trigger points, which is considered not Chinese acupuncture, but Western acupuncture. But then I introduce with it some Chinese points as well, like for instance for the swelling, there's a point that takes away water retention. So I check points for stiffness, and then if I find stiffness,
Just try it. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm standing in right now, but it ain't gonna be good. You're so good.
you see how she's responding when
Yeah.
I'm pressing a sensitive spot. Okay, that means I found the trigger point. Once I've got everything in, 20 minutes.
This is still like a relatively new treatment method for animals.
And it's starting to become more and more acceptable, yeah. Definitely. Thank you.
You're a good horse. So I'm sorry that we didn't do an introduction for the day, just didn't have an opportunity to be able to, but we've just been out to, well, in Herzliya right now. We've just been watching my mum's friend from childhood perform acupuncture on a horse. Very interesting. Horses have personalities. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, and a lot of people might be like, well yeah, of course they do, you idiot, but horses have personalities. We have to get back to Tel Aviv now because the trains are going to start running very soon as Shabbos is coming in, so let's hurry up. Louise isn't feeling well right now, so it's her duty to keep informing me of this. Things have been slowing down over the last few days because we've done the important stuff early on, so right now there's no need to be videoing absolutely everything. However, Sunday we are going back to Jerusalem because that's going to be the last day before we come back. Hello. And also we are doing Yad Vashem, a tour of the Knesset, and also one more thing, Mount Herzl too. And people don't need to be seeing loads of videos of us hanging at the beach because I do not have a body of an Adonis as much as I'd like to think I do. Louise does. Wonder Woman. Let's go and eat some food on this Shabbos evening, and hopefully people don't rack up the prices because they're taking advantage of tourists like us. Hey cutie. Oh, you're getting a little bit under the weather. Yes, okay. There it is. There's your arm. Right now we're at a beach, I think it's like Tel Aviv Harbour, so a little bit further north. We've just come up with a friend from camp called Etty. I was meant to see her yesterday, but she wasn't feeling too well, and I think you've caught on to some of that as well. Just having a nice time chilling out. And yeah, I think later on tonight you're going to have a bit of a nap because you need to recover for tomorrow. And then I'm going to go and watch the City game with my friend from camp, Eran. So let's continue having a nice Shabbat. So obviously today being Shabbat means it's more of a chill day. Unfortunately, Louise has been a little poorly egg. So you spent most of the day in bed. Although that sounds like a regular day for you anyway.
If I was at home, that would be an excellent day, but not here.
I went out to watch the City game, which we won 2-1 because we're the champions. My friend Iran came out to meet me. He's a United fan, so it was fun to kind of have some banter about that. And then he took me out to get some pizza from a place where you can actually get bacon and pepperoni from. Who knew you can get that in Israel, right? So I did indulge because I'm not a good Jew in that sense. Now I'm back at the hotel and you're feeling a little bit better, which is good. We were originally going to go on a tour of the Israeli Knesset, the parliament, tomorrow, but I think with the way that it works is that it's pretty awkward to get to and it's not on the main line for transportation, so we'll sack that off. You don't want to do it all that much anyway, and I don't mind giving it a rest. It's fine, I'm not going to hold it against you. Tomorrow we do the pleasant stuff like Mount Herzl, the cemetery, and Yad Vashem. May tomorrow be as easy as possible because emotionally we're going to be at our wits' end. So
last full day.
Yeah. Where we reminisce about how much of a nice time we've had. So hopefully it won't dwell too much. Leila Tov. Okay, we're on the coach right now that's going to take us to Jerusalem. Final full day, and as we said, it's going to be Yad Vashem and Mount Herzl, so all the light-hearted stuff. But it's an important thing we need to do. Shouldn't be much longer until we take off, so let's take off. Okay, now something to people to understand is that when you come to the Mount Herzl Cemetery, it's a massive, massive complex. So I think it's very difficult for people to see absolutely everything. And of course, I'm sure you'd understand, but there's all the grave sites, but it's all written in Hebrew. So unless you know Hebrew, it'll be very difficult to pick out where, you know, if you want to go and see certain people, like their grave sites, you might have a bit of a challenge. Was more important that we check out the grave sites of Golda Meir, because she's a revolutionary, and also Theodore Herzl too, because without him, where would any of this be right now? Also, word of advice is that when you come here, you might think you'll be able to get yourself a shuttle from Mount Herzl up to Yad Vashem. There isn't one. So anything you see online about that, don't follow it. However, you can walk to Yad Vashem through the Mount Herzl Cemetery, so bear that in mind. Well, we're close to wrapping up the entire holiday now as we go back home tomorrow. We are just sat on the steps right now at Damascus Gate, having just walked around the old city. We got ourselves something to eat, and we were trying to find the t-shirt stand that I got my city shirt from last week, but couldn't find it. I think I found that place by accident, so whatever. Dad's just gonna have to be, I guess he's just gonna have to come and get one himself then. Yad Vashem was emotional, as you'd expect it to be.
Very intense.
Piece of advice for you: if you ever do plan to go to Yad Vashem, whilst taking in absolutely everything, because we had
the audio guide.
Yeah, the audio guide. If you want to listen to all of those, you're gonna have to make a day out of it. Now I know.
A full day.
Yeah.
We was there about 3 hours.
And we
didn't get to do everything.
Yeah, I don't think we got through halfway. And then the people who were in charge of the museum, they're just like, they need to move you on. So if you need to go to it and take in all the bits of audio, you're going to have to make a day of it. I know that's not something that everyone's going to want to do because it's a very intense and very emotional subject. But yeah, it is very much worth it.
The audio guide's only 25 shekels each as well.
Yep, that's right. I think I heard on the bus last week that people were saying that they can order online and maybe they'll get the audio track for free, but we never got around to it.
25 shekels.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna go, do the whole day if you can get all the content in. Even when it got to that point where we have to walk through everything, there were segments which just break you. And yeah, there are parts of it that you'll remember more than others, but those parts you'll never forget them. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Glad we went.
Yeah, I'm glad we went.
There's not really any way to describe it.
Yeah. I mean, I still kind of feel the effect right now because I'm not my bubbly, jubilant self, and I think you're the same too. You know, you really feel the effect of it for the rest of the day, which is why, well, I don't know. I think the way that it turned out to do it on the last day, it just had to be like that, but not try to make it the very last thing that we do, hence why we've gone to the old city now. And tomorrow we're still going to have some time. Yeah, we get picked up tomorrow at 5 o'clock, so we'll probably go to the Carmel market once again.
Get some kebab.
Yeah, let's try, even though today's been a downer for reasons like the museum, we've still got enough time to end it on a plus. So let's go and end it on a plus, okay?
Okay.
Final night! Yep. So after a pretty intense day, there's only two things that can cheer us up. One thing is food, the other is dog videos. So we're walking back to the hotel now to watch dog videos.
Well, we're going to pack this.
Well,
we can pack and watch dog videos.
Pack is nothing more than just shoving all my dirty clothes into the suitcase in plastic bags. Let's go and do that. Lila Tov. There it is. Hi. Technically our holiday is over as we've just checked out of the hotel, but there's still 5 hours or so until the taxi comes and picks us up. So it's kind of like tying up the loose ends and stuff. We're going to go to Dizengoff shopping centre just for the lols, and we'll also go back to the Carmel market because we haven't been back since we first went there, because I really want to have one of those kebab pizzas because they were delicious. And I don't think I've had anything nice, should I say, since. Let's go to the mall today. Dizengoff Centre's alright. I mean, if you're into that kind of shopping, then yeah, you'll want to go there as opposed to walking around markets and stuff.
We prefer the Trafford Centre.
Yeah, we prefer Trafford Centre. There's a good music store there, a really good one. It's like a couple of stories, like 3 stories, and got a basement as well. And they were playing Kiss, which I'm always positive for. Just walked down a random street towards the Carmel market and gone past a comic book store which had some good stuff in there, but nothing that I can't get back home. Let's just keep walking and
get some
food and waste time before the taxi comes. Oh, you always find the good stuff on the last day. Always. My original highlight was the old city, but it's now this. This is brilliant. Oh, look at them, they're all so good. There she is, the mother of dogs. And me, the father of dogs. Hello! Oh, you're so good! You're so good! Oh my god, that is absolute squad goals right there. That is amazing.
I've got a new best. This is my new best friend.
He's your new best friend, or is it she? It's a she.
Oh, it's a she.
Yes,
She's my new best friend.
Oh, she is very good, I can tell.
She's so good.
Oh, but there's a language barrier and it makes me do a sad.
You're so cute, though, aren't you?
That was the best. Old city, who cares about that? You want to come to this dog park.
Dog you should park. Put that on, like, when you Google things to do in Israel.
Yeah.
It should be on the list.
Absolutely, that's the highlight of my trip. I mean, it isn't, but it is. That was the best afternoon. Dog park was a complete fluke, and sometimes it's the flukes that end up being the highlights. Like walking around the old city and finding a place that will print you a Man City shirt. We ate back at the Carmel market. We didn't go anywhere. Ate back at the Carmel market, bought our last minute presents for our parents, and yeah, it's been a good afternoon with random goings on. Right now we are just about to walk back to the hotel because, well, there's nothing left to do, so might as well just chill in the reception.
So we don't get too sweaty and horrible.
Oh, because we're not that already. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just going inside now. Let's chill before the taxi comes. But you had a good time?
Yeah, the first time.
Yay.
I loved it.
And you learnt a lot?
I learnt lots.
And you don't feel that I've indoctrinated you in any way?
No.
Well,
And I got to see a beach.
and I got to see dogs.
And dogs. Lots of dogs.
I think this has been pretty good education for me in a different way to what it would have been for you, and it gives me a good solid foundation for the year that's about to come for me in terms of going to uni to do Middle East studies. So hopefully I'll be back someday. I don't think it'll be any time soon, and I never want to live here ever. The people here, it's just not my kind of people. But
Just too much of a...
my friends are cool, but I think it would be a bit of effort trying to make friends with some of the other people who live here. They're a touchy people. Anyways, signing off, it's Max Kirsch and Louise Hendy, and oh my god, is that Gal Gadot over there?